now that I have my potatoes in the jars, I only ended up with half a dozen because that's how many potatoes I had. But that's only one jar shy of a full canner. I need to show you that one thing I do with almost everything that I pressure can is add salt. To a quart jar, I typically add a shy teaspoon in every jar. And to a pint jar, I would add then just a half a teaspoon. You can use canning salt or pickling salt, as they call it, but I just prefer pink Himalayan salt. It has so much flavor for every application. And we buy it in bulk through Amazon.com. And I'll try and get a link below to that. I'll also add a link to where you can find Rata cutlery, every type available. I am a reseller of Rata cutlery. I know that you can find it anywhere in the country and possibly even internationally. But if you buy Rata cutlery through the link on our YouTube channel or our Facebook page, then the profit from the sale does go to Wendy's Way. And another name for our business that we do locally is CDO Rata Resale. Getting back to the potatoes, you want to work at a pretty good pace because you know that if you cut potatoes raw and you let them set very long, they are going to start turning brown. So I've cut up these 6 jars of potatoes in a pretty quick hurry, which is something that I can do. Canning a single batch is something I can throw into an afternoon as long as I'm going to be in the house. Pressure canning is not necessarily labor intensive, just as long as it takes to cut up the product, be it a meat or a vegetable, and put it in the jar, cover it with the water that's required, and then put it in the canner and run it through the time. It's not labor intensive, but it does require attention. You need to stay in the house, set timers, keep an eye on it to make sure everything goes well. My tea kettle is full of boiling water, and I am going to fill each jar up to that line with almost an inch of headspace. I'd say I'd probably leave about 3/4 inch of headroom in each jar. I take it so that it just barely covers the potatoes that are in the jar. And while I run them in the pressure canner, they will thoroughly cook and they will stay solid as if you had gently boiled them. Then when you're ready to eat the potatoes, you simply open the jar, drain them, and if you find that they've let out a bit of extra starch, it's just going to look kind of like starch, a little bit of gluey stuff in the jar after they've been canned. You can simply then, after you've drained them, I'm going to have to get a little more hot water. Oh, perfect! How perfect is that? You can simply then refill the jar with water, shake it a bit to rinse off that extra starch, and it's probably going to make it better for you. With the starch, I think will go a bit of the carbohydrates that turn into sugars, and then dump them out. You can reheat them, you can mash them, you can throw them in soups and stews and casseroles, and they're already cooked. As you can see also, I do not peel my potatoes before I can them. Partly because I think a lot of the flavor of the potatoes in the peel, I've been told a lot of the vitamins and the nutrients are in the peeling. And I like things that are easy. I don't want to work too hard at it. Life's too short. Okay, I'm going to throw on my clean lids and rings and put them in the canner, and I'll be back to you.